Hi everyone, it's me, Miles at Teach Me Music Academy, and today we're going to be learning about stretching and warming up and how to do that properly. So, it is important, believe it or not, to stretch and warm up if you're going to play a gig or a long practice session. Now maybe if you're doing like a 10-minute practice or something, it's not so important, fair enough. But if you're playing for an extended amount of time without really many breaks, you really need to warm up, get your blood flowing, get your muscles nice and loose, get your fingers moving. Because if you jump straight into it, you're more likely to make mistakes, and also you're more likely to injure yourself, and you can injure yourself because I have done in the past, and I'm going to share that with you on this video. So, if you're doing an hour-and-a-half set with no stops, you should be warming up, at least 10 to 15 minutes before you play. I'm serious about that. Now, if you don't have a keyboard in front of you, there are things you can do without one, and we'll go through some of those, and then we'll also go through some warm-ups you can do on the piano as well. So, when I was in uni, I remember learning this grade 8 piece, and it was just crazy. It's just difficult. And I had to spend some time learning it. And I remember practicing for so long without warming up, without doing any of that, because I never used to warm up, that I ended up having to go and see a chiropractor because I damaged my wrist, because I practiced for so long doing such an intense piece of music. Basically, the left hand went something like this. And it did that. Different shapes. That for the whole piece, and I was practicing over and over and over again to get the right hand correct with it, and I damaged my left wrist to the point where my muscles were that tense I had to, go and see a professional. So it can happen. You can get genuine injuries. That probably wouldn't have happened if I'd warmed up properly. And since then, if I know I'm going to be doing a long, intense practice session or a decent sized set, then I always warm up. So, first of all, we're going to talk about warming up away from the piano, and these are some things you can do. So first of all, what I like to do is just roll up my sleeves, and I like to just do this on the underside of my forearm. What I'm doing here, two things. I'm pushing the blood towards my hand, and I'm also massaging this muscle here, because a lot of your playing comes from these muscles in your forearm. So you can do that for a couple of minutes maybe, and make sure you're applying some pressure down onto your arm. Don't be afraid to apply pressure. Okay. Once you've done that, next thing I like to do is just loosen my wrist. So I just palms up like this, clench and release, clench and release. Okay, so it should probably feel a bit tight at this point, but just stay relaxed, breathe through it until it feels a little bit looser. And then give them a shake. Okay. And then another one I like to do, but you need an object for this, is if you've got like a stress ball or a tennis ball, an apple, orange, anything that you can grab with your hand and will fit in your hand. Start with a ball on the table. Start with a flat hand, like that, with the ball underneath your fingertips. And then roll the ball like this, grab the ball, and then you're bringing your fingers under the ball to flex your wrist like this. So there you go. And then bring it back out. And that's similar to this one, but your hands this way now. And you can do that with the other hand. Obviously, pretend this is like a tennis ball or something. Right? And just do that for a bit. And then finally, moving on to your fingers. This one's dead simple. All you're going to do is pull each finger back for about 10 seconds, 10 slow seconds. Make sure you apply some pressure, and leave these fingers just flat out, right? Don't bring these fingers along with the one you're stretching. So it should look like that. And then the next one, you do all of them for 10 seconds. Then with your thumb, you just kind of pull it back here, right? Like that. So you can grab your wrist for support as well. And then do it with the other hand. Give them a stretch. Fingers in and out. Make sure you're loose. And that's literally all I do. When I'm not on a keyboard, that's all I do. And already now, my hands feel warmer. They feel more nimble, and I feel like I'm ready to play. Now, if you want to practice on the piano as well, you can literally, as long as you're doing an exercise that uses all 5 fingers, then you're all set basically. So all I want to do is a 5-finger C position in both hands. If you want to look into depth at this exercise, go and check out our finger techniques video where I go into this in more depth. But basically, take a C position, 5-finger C position in each hand, and go up and down. You can do it in the left hand too. Up and down. Then if you're a bit more advanced, you can try 2 at the same time. And that really, doing that a few times over is enough to get your fingers moving and warmed up ready. So I would start off slow first of all, and increase the speed as you go. So each time just increasing the speed a little more, so you can ease into it. And now my fingers are nice and loose, and that speed feels easy. It's not difficult because I've built up to it. You can do that with your left hand too. Nice and easy. Stay relaxed. Try not to tense up. Let it happen gradually. And then you can do it with 2 hands at the same time, of course. There you go. And now I feel a lot better after doing that, and I'm ready to play whatever may come my way. So, please, whenever you've got a long practice session or you've got a long gig, do these things. It will help you, I promise. Cool. So, I hope you've learned some good stretching techniques, and I hope you apply these in your playing. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in another one.